I love isekai anime. No matter how bad they get or repetitive they are, I just have such a soft spot for the isekai animes. I've always considered them the chips of anime. The kind of show that you could just watch and turn your brain off to, and you just binge the entire thing while eating a meal, you know? And don't get me wrong, I've seen some pretty bad animes. I've seen animes with interesting ideas, but overall, it's always gonna be trashy, it's always gonna be ecchi, it's always gonna be fan service, it's always gonna be like a self-insert. But I think that's what I love most about this kind of anime, is the fact that it never takes itself too seriously, and when it does, it usually has a very cool moment. Now, what about a vending machine anime? Yeah, it could be cool, right? Why am I coping so much? So the anime starts with our main protagonist recalling that he had saved, that he saw a vending machine in trouble and he tried saving it, which caused him to get isekai'd into— what timeline are we in? So with some quick thinking, he realizes that yeah, he has turned into a vending machine, and our protagonist oddly takes this well. It seems that he's a huge fan of vending machines in general because he really likes, you know, he really talks about the corners of the— sir, that's lewd, don't do it. I don't know how you could take this well, honestly. I mean, you don't have a body anymore and you can't move or do anything. It sounds more of a curse than anything, which sucks because you're the one who saved the vending machine. Why did it curse you? I do find it cool how there's a ton of potential on how to use this, use quote unquote. I like how our protagonist has to assume the role of an object and he starts seeing these numbers and his inventory and all that. I like the simplistic menu. It kind of reminds me of the old RPG or like old Final Fantasy menus. There's also more reason to use these menus because in order to power himself, he needs people to spend money on his items. The money then gets turned into points and he can spend the points for an hour of energy. 1 point equals 1 hour, meaning he needs to spend 24 points a day in order for him to live, I guess. And honestly, I really like how it's just throwing us in. It's quick and it's simple and it's not overly complicated, but it still leaves room for more anime shenanigans. It's just getting out of the way that we can have some vending machine adventures. But the real question is, how is our protagonist gonna get more points if no one is around to spend money on his items? Well, thankfully after getting assaulted by some frogmen and learning that he has magic, so that's another thing he can spend his points on, we see cute anime waifu. After spending some points to switch the currency so that she could buy things, she eagerly inserts her coins into his hole and out pops a drink from his insides. She then puts his hand inside to grab the beverage he has made from inside his butt. I have several questions. So I'm not gonna lie, this whole first episode so far is just kind of, I guess, cute. It's obviously not meant to be taken seriously, and the scene where she tries and talks to the vending machine and how happy she gets when she's trying this new stuff, it's literally something she's never seen before. It's kind of cute, I guess, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, yeah, the vending machine is literally otherworldly, so yeah, you can imagine how satisfying it would be to have someone drink a warm or cold beverage from just a box. It's satisfying to see their reactions of them eating or drinking something that you grew up experiencing, you know? It's kind of cool, and I bet seeing those reactions would make being a vending machine kind of worth it because, like, you get to see their faces light up, so I guess I kind of get it. I would not want to be a box, though. Especially with how much it sucks to just sit around and wait for people to use you. Oh, okay, that sounds bad. I'm gonna stop talking now. So this girl's name is Lamis? I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but so Vending Machine Kun gets carried away by Lamis. But first we got to remind everyone that you can buy things from him, and she says that she's hungry, so he changes his items from soup to chips, which in my opinion is even worse, cause like, dude, chips don't fill you up at all. That was mean. You're gonna make her go broke. I understand you need points to live, but like, that's mean. So she carries Vending Machine Kun to the village so she can meet one of her friends who knows a bunch of stuff about magic tools and stuff, which is what she thinks the vending machine is, a giant magical tool. And we get some information about a dungeon. Yeah, I just realized, but we're not gonna get like any information at all, at least in the way that we normally do. Normally our protagonist would just ask a simple question of like, wait, there's magic in this world, or how can I use magic? And then we get an entire vague answer or a bunch of exposition. But this time we're just dropped in a world and we don't really have any influence on it at all. And honestly, I think that's kind of a good thing. A lot of times in these animes, it just drops a bunch of information in the first 2 or 3 episodes, and that's pretty much it for the world building. But now that we're a vending machine, it looks like we have to learn things little by little, and that could be kind of cool for the sake of world building. From what we are kind of learning right now, we are sort of in a dungeon even though there's a sky. So that's kind of cool, I guess. Also, if you find a magic item in the dungeon, it's just, you own it, so that's cool. He's owned by this cute anime girl. Me too, kid. And then we end our episode with a happy note as our protagonist sells a bunch of stuff to a lot of the villagers. And yeah, that's pretty much the episode. I really do hope that soon our protagonist will be able to talk normally, but I also don't really see that happening anytime soon. It's part of the gimmick that he is just a vending machine, so I don't think they would drop that until like around like, I don't know, episode 10 maybe. But also this whole thing could get pretty repetitive, the fact that he just has a few preset lines that he can say, and he has no real way to communicate. I'm hopeful though, but I really don't want this turning into another of the— oh my god, do you guys remember the sword anime? That was dumb because like he's just a person, but he's also a sword because like he can move and fly and cast magic himself. That was dumb. So I definitely don't want to repeat with that. Let him be a vending machine. It's funnier. Yeah, I didn't think I'd enjoy it, but it was able to keep my attention. I like the Vending Machine anime. You should probably watch the first episode too. It's kind of cool. Yeah. This is the outro, and I'm not sure what else to say. This anime is cool. I will keep you all posted with the next coming episodes. Yeah. Goodbye. Subscribe.